screeching. The first thing I'm going to ask myself is, what kind of word is this? Is it a word that tells me about the sound, the taste, or a look? If I were to read the rest of the sentence one more time, I will see this word hurt. The word hurt tells me that what this word screeching is it's most likely a kind of sound.
I'm back. Alright, so here's a more detailed video on how I use Loom and Kami app to record my annotation lesson for the Stellar Reader. So in this case, right now I'm recording using Loom. Please refer to videos 1 to 3 on how to start up the Loom app. And so this video primarily will show you how I'm using the Kami app for this lesson. So I'm just showing you the end result of this lesson that I have recorded. Okay, and I'm going to use the last 3 paragraphs over here to just go through the features of Kami app with you. So in the Kami app, you can mark up your document using highlighters, strike through, or underline, and then also customize the colors that you want to use. So in this case, let's say I'm very interested in highlighting the phrase accident. Okay, so by selecting text highlighter over here, I highlight over the word, it will become highlighted like that. I can also change the color if I'm doing a color coding lesson. Okay, or if I've accidentally highlighted it and I want to remove it, then I can simply just bin it and remove it. So highlighting is one feature of Kami app. And whatever you're doing right now, and whatever I'm saying, whatever I'm doing is being recorded by the Loom app. Now, let's say we want to perhaps paraphrase or remove certain words. Then they also have a strike through option. So I'm going to select the strike through, and I'm going to simply cancel this entire this line. Okay, this line here. Okay, and then again, strike through happens, and I'm going to use red to make it clearer. Alternatively, if you want to underline for emphasis, you can select the U here and say I'm going to underline Officer Lim. And instead of using red, I'm going to change and I would like to use purple to represent that. So this is one way where we use markup in Kami app to do our annotations. Alternatively, let's say I want to comment on this particular paragraph here. I select comments and then I just type and say, this is the last paragraph, like this. All right, and another feature that you can use is the text box. So the text box can simply be selected on. You may customize the font size. So perhaps I'm going to go for font size 12. And I want to make a comment on the name answered over here. So perhaps I'm going to add a synonym here. Instead of saying answer, I said replied. Now, if you find that the font size is too small, don't worry. At the top over here, you can see certain customizable items. So I can change it to a bigger font size. I may bold it. I can italicize it. I can underline. I can strike through. I can change the text color to something more obvious. Okay, I'm going to remove the other settings. I can also choose to highlight it whatsoever. And when that's done, I click outside of it, and on top you will have replied like that as a kind of a note for this sentence here. Right? If you want to make it even bigger, by all means, you can also increase the text box size so that you can write more things. You can make it smaller, or if you choose to want to completely remove it, just simply press the X button over here and it's removed. For some of the other subjects, perhaps you need to do some drawings or model drawings. You can use the insert rectangle here to draw your models, then maybe draw as a way of sectioning it. The possibilities are endless, and I'll leave it up to your imagination. Perhaps for subjects that require the use of shapes, you may insert some basic shapes. And you can see here in drawing triangles, they also have angles for you. So I think it's very useful for those teaching the mathematical subjects. So having doodled all over the document, and you find that, oh, perhaps this is not the best representation of what I want to teach and I want to remove it, or to remove the annotation, you can most certainly do that. Just press the eraser button over here. Okay, I'm going to shift my face one side so you can see. They have two options, remove drawings and shades and remove all annotations. All annotations just refers to the highlighting, the comments, the strike through, whatsoever. I'm going to select on that. Okay, and I'm just going to click on it. It tends to be a bit iffy at some point, so you have to be patient when you are erasing your annotations. So at the end of the lesson, if you actually really combine it all like that, you will see that the users of Kami are really quite endless and really up to your own imagination over here. All right, so all these arrows were done by just drawing like this. I drew an arrow and change the color of my arrows. They're not particularly well drawn, but if you have finer motor skills than I do, then I'm sure they will come out beautifully as well. So this is basically how I use the Kami app with the LOOM extension to record my annotation lesson. So do give it a shot, and all the best to you.